Reduce downtime by 50% and boost productivity with 4 times faster performance and even 3 times more battery life. You can learn more at Dell.com/radio. That's Dell.com/radio.
If people only knew what we do behind the scenes before we
were
jump
running
on
around
the air,
like maniacs.
I literally just walked in and hit a button, and Sandra's just like,
Yeah.
Because running from one side of the building to the other.
I hear you. I'm
Younger
telling
Life.
you, it is Younger Life,
See?
and that's what keeps us young, man.
Boy.
Look at that. Heart pumping, we're racing around. It's the way it goes.
And those girl, we don't even go there with that girl chest.
Whatever.
I'm wearing a polo today.
Yeah,
I feel good.
It is beautiful out.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
The storms. We were up a lot in the middle of the night because my kids do not sleep so well in the storms.
Really? Is that all 5 of your children?
No,
Or
my
is that-
youngest 3, really.
Okay, and your youngest 3 names?
Yes. So Naya, Daniel, who I have here with me, and then Emmerich, my youngest. So they were up about, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And so I said, come get in bed with us. Well, then as
Oh my gosh.
them and the dogs and everybody else, we just couldn't sleep. So my husband ended up saying, I'll go rest on the couch.
It's you, Jeremy, the 3, and the dogs?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was wild.
Is that
so
an
we didn't sleep a
ultra-sized
whole
king bed?
No, we have a queen. I joke and say that was the silliest thing we ever did, but we love our bed.
Yeah.
And but the dumbest thing we ever did was not going for a king.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But you want
We
to
say someday, but by the time that we are ready to get rid of our mattress, the kids will be too old to climb in bed with us.
How about this? Let's look at it this way. There is a theme going here. Yes, Jeremy is the king in the house, but the queen rules the
That's
rooster.
right. There we go. I'll take it.
There you go.
We love our mattress, but we've had it since, we've had it almost 16 years. We got about a year into our marriage, so we love it.
Do you spin it every couple of months?
We rotate it, and we also
absolutely.
flip it, so it can save it as long as we can.
Oh, yeah.
But,
No.
Is
it a comfortable bed?
I love it. Yes. It's funny. The kids beg to sleep in there, even if we're not in there. Can we just sleep in your bed tonight? It's so comfortable.
You're like, yeah, sure.
Well, when Jeremy's on midnights, a lot of times,
yeah, sure.
the kids, when the girls were younger, the girls would sleep with me, and then they've gotten so much older that the boys sleep with me when he's on midnights. So kind of take turns. It's fun. It works.
All right.
So how have you been?
Absolutely,
we've missed you here.
I missed you.
Yeah, we've missed you.
Right
I know. We've missed you. It's been a fun week. It's been a crazy week. I tell you. On was it Wednesday? Wednesday was the day. So
there's a smile there.
We were supposed to air the walkthrough with the nurse practitioner.
Oh, yes.
Well, we ran into a hiccup. So last second, I was like, okay, we have to play. We'll just do a rewind. That's what we did, and I announced it. I said, we have a hiccup, so we have no choice. Sometimes, you have no choice.
Life.
It is, especially with electronics. We couldn't play the piece that I had, and so it all worked out in the end. Yesterday we did, so we played that. Although unfortunately, I did hear. I haven't gotten to tell Mike Sanders yet, who was with me. It sounded great in here. My husband said watching it, you couldn't hear it. I said, oh, no. Oh, well, it happens. So at least you could see the beautiful park. I apologize for that, I guess. It wasn't real long, but...
hey, these are the kind of things we call these hiccup juniors.
Well, you know what they are? They're also learning curve. It's a learning curve. You know, we're definitely doing something different than your typical radio show. You know what I mean?
Yep,
so this is certainly different, and trying to find ways to make it work live and do it ourselves rather than always having to depend, make someone else have to come along to do the taping and stuff. So it's certainly going to be a learning curve for a little while.
Although I'm going to throw this out there for the record. If anybody is looking for an internship for Younger Life, we could use a camera holder. You will get into all the events for free. Most of the events we do are free. And we'll give you big hugs, and you'll get it on your resume, and you'll get college credit for it.
It is.
That's fun.
It's been fun, and it is definitely a learning experience.
I agree.
Again, better for our brains. How often do we learn? Improves your cognition, improves your just all kinds of things when you're learning new skills. And guess what? I feel like I'm doing that all the time.
You just got a real nice text message from a lady named Andrea, and she says, I love you anyways, Mary Anthony.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I could use it.
We could all use
That's all right.
love.
The world could certainly use a little more love. So anyway, it was fun. It's been an experience with you off, but we did miss you. We're glad you're back. How did it go at the college?
It went absolutely phenomenal. We went to Western Michigan. There was a little bit of a tie-in, and I tried to chime in and call you guys live from the scene of the cycling tragedy.
Yeah, tell us about that. I've only caught part of it. It's just so sad.
Yes, it is the worst cycling tragedy in the history of the United States of America.
Is it really?
And I only found that out on the scene talking to reporters who were there from all over, not only the state of Michigan, but quite honestly, all over the country at a certain point, because everybody came down on the area. 5 cyclists were killed, 4 seriously injured. They got hit by a truck. And there's a whole other story to that whole truck, but it literally was right by the campus of Western. It was right there, right by St. Thomas More Church. There was a memorial there. But I will tell you what the weird thing was, and I actually saw the thread on the bike stop with Trina as it was unraveling, and I had heard about it because we had it on CBS News. I actually got calls from the network saying, can you cover this? Are you out there? People out there. I go, how weird is this? I am literally right there.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Sad.
We'll talk about that in a matter of moments, but I want to say hi to your little guy, who I think is the cutest little dude in the whole wide world.
So I have a tag along today, which I love.
Okay.
So this is my 6-year-old son, Daniel.
Can you say hi? Can you wave to the camera? Say hi. Say hi into the mic.
Hi.
Dude, so
he's hanging out with Mama today. We have a couple errands to run, and then just a doctor's appointment this afternoon. So due to that, rather than running back and forth home, I said, you're just going to come hang out with me today. And he's so good.
He's so cute. All your children are so beautiful.
Thank you.
You and Jeremy make really cute kids.
Thank you. Yes,
here's the funny part, young man, that I thought was great. Your mom is running around in the green room and talking to Sanders and Jackie and everybody. And you jump up on the chair and you say hi to Mr. Rick. And you're sitting there and I'm like, we got 3 minutes till we're on the radio and we're just talking guy stuff. And mommy comes in and says what to him?
Well, of course I pack snacks and stuff. Whether I have one or all 5, it's what we do. And I said, where's your granola bar? He said, I ate it already. He's been sitting there for like 2 minutes and that's gone. So I had brought a granola bar, an apple, and some goldfish and water. I said, okay, well, the rest of it's already sitting out for you out here on the table. You're all set, good to go. It's just funny. It was a minute.
It was just that little face. I ate it.
Perfect example. Yes. This is how it goes at our house. You know, groceries in, 1 minute later, groceries gone.
That's right.
Funny. It was funny. And I was zooming around thinking I dropped it, so. Oh, well.
So what grade are you in? What grade are you going into in the fall? What did you just finish up? Like, is that like first grade you're in?
Yeah.
He's officially a first grader, and he's thrilled about it. Yep. He is thrilled. He loves school, and he's very, very good at it.
So when you go to school, what is your favorite subject? Like, what do you like to do the most? Like when you're at school? Do you like to read? Do you like to write? You like all that?
I mostly like going on field trips. That's my favorite.
My kind of guy. Yeah, typical little boy. That was so mean.
Absolutely, yeah. He does. We're just learning reading.
Nice.
In kindergarten, at the end of kindergarten, and he's really excelling in that. So we do love to read. We love the library. So we're constantly trying to get. We have a lot of books at home too.
Well, let me tell you, reading is knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power. And I'm very proud of you for doing that. I know your daddy, mommy said to me that they're very proud of you and all your brothers and sisters for doing that. But when mom and dad talk to you about reading, that's awesome to do.
Yep.
And this summer, and I know you read with mom at home and dad, you could keep reading and have some fun. And
Yeah, we always join the library summer
awesome.
reading
Yeah, you had
program.
said that, too.
Yeah, we do that every
Great.
year. We've done that years and years, way before he was even born. It's something we've always participated in with the kids, and it's important. I think it kind of keeps them. They all love to read, and I think there's a reason. It's because we kind of say sometimes you have no choice. We have enough TV, we
Sure.
have enough electronics.
I agree.
You know what? Everybody needs a little bit of quiet time, and it can be reading, and then they find themselves hooked. So it's cute. I love to catch my kids sitting and reading unprompted when they're not told to, when they're not saying they're not allowed. I love to just walk in and catch them doing that. It's one of my favorite things.
Do you play sports?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, baseball.
Yeah.
Right now, tell him what happened the other night at your game. He had
The other night, I hit a home run.
he had a home run.
Ooh, now we're proud. A big round of applause for the
did.
home run kid.
It was
Woo!
good. He's
Wow.
doing very well. He loves basketball. We did that in the fall, and then now it's t-ball. So. And our t-ball's a little different.
It is.
I know.
Off of the pitching machine.
Yeah, some people say their t-ball teams are straight t-ball. Ours are 3 innings of tee,
Okay.
3 innings of pitching machine.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so that's how, and
Yeah.
which is good. It kind of shakes it up for them and prepares them then with, to keep playing later.
So hold
and
on
go
a second
focused.
here. Not only did we have the T-ball game, 3 innings and 3 innings, but you got a home run off the pitching?
Off the pitch.
Dude!
I know. It was really good. It was a good hit.
Okay, so you were winding up. Let's replay this in our mind. You were winding up. You saw the ball coming. Dude. And then what was going through your mind right when you hit it? We went, dude. Did you go, I'm going to get it? What did you? Was it fun? Did you know when you hit the ball, did you go through your mind that you were going to get a home run or what? Yeah?
He's
Yeah.
a speedy runner. So it was
Awesome.
like a second, and then he just took off, and he kept it going. It was
And what?
cute.
Okay, Mom, since it is a Younger Life live show, what were you doing? Were you?
I was screaming.
Like what?
At first,
Show
I was
me.
like, run! Because he waited a second.
No,
I'm like,
say
go,
it!
Dano! And he's just running.
Did you
and
say
it was,
Dano?
Dano's what we call him.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
it's a
Yeah,
great
so
little name.
it was, he was a racing
Awesome.
fool, and so we were all yelling. It was really cute.
Did Daddy witness this one?
Oh yeah, he helps out. So he was in the dugout,
gosh.
and then my girls and my other son were playing right there at the playground. But when they heard me yell, "Go Dano!" they came running, and so they got to watch him come around and
Nice.
yay! It
I
was
got
exciting.
safe at home plate.
At home, yeah.
Yes.
They almost got him out at
Because,
home, but he made it.
The person that was behind me
Yes.
got it and then slid it onto it, but I touched it before he
Yeah.
touched it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
Dude, man, you just do it. So back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And he gets in. He's there. Ah!
It was
Woo!
exciting. It was exciting.
That is awesome.
It was fun. So we are definitely active as
Rock
far as
on.
there's always stuff going on every night of the week. Somebody has something. So it's fun. We love it. Tonight's another game, and tomorrow's a tournament for basketball with my daughter. There's something every minute. There's never a break.
Wait,
but
when
I
you
do
say
love
tournament, tournament stands for the capital T, which means for time, too.
it. It is. It's an all
Lots of-
day.
oh, yeah.
Really early morning too. We'll be home probably by 9 tomorrow night.
Wow.
But and it's towards Indy, so it's a long thing. But at least it's not a weekend. There at the end of the month, there's a weekend tournament which she participates in, and actually both of my older 2 daughters get to be in the one tomorrow. So that's nice and fun.
Look at
Makes
you.
for a fun
It's all
family
family
day.
bonding.
It
It's
is,
good.
and that's why there's always so many fun events in the area. And we always say, yeah, we're gonna have to catch that one next time because there's always a sport. But I do love it, and chasing them definitely keeps us going and keeps us young at heart, if nothing else. So.
Do you like to do any other things outside of sports? Do you like to swim? Do you like to play games? Do you obviously like to read, which is cool. What else do you like to do?
Everything you just said.
Oh,
He
okay,
does,
that's
yeah.
good.
We
That's
love
good.
to swim, and we
I
love,
love
to
swimming,
camp.
too.
We
I
love
love
to.
swimming.
I got to go swimming when I was visiting. I was visiting my Nana and Papa and my Titi. And Uncle Dan. There's a swimming pool there, so I got to swim. And this part, I didn't think this was funny. When we went there, there's this water balloon place that you had to pull back and fling water balloons and trying to get each other. And then the water, it's called the tranquilizer is what the man called it, and then it blew up.
He made it explode, so the water went all over and scared the kids half to death. And he said, it's the tranquilizer. We're starting fresh. It was it's like a dual water balloon competition.
And so you did not like that.
It startled him. He thought it was hilarious after he realized there was nothing wrong. It makes a loud noise and water flew everywhere. And
but
it scared the kids a minute. But it was cute and they had a great time.
Maria shot one and it went right into the bucket. It went through the hole that the other person was supposed to. And then it went right into the bucket and exploded. Right
yeah.
It was
What did
good.
you do when that happened? We were like, woo!
We couldn't believe she made it through the other person's. It was just a fluke. It's a two teams set up to shoot water balloons, and my niece shot one, and it went through the other team's hole and landed in their bucket, which the odds is that extremely small. I can't get over still. She wasn't even aiming for it. It's just a matter of shooting the water balloon. It just happened, and it was funny.
You're supposed to shoot it at a target, and then there's these holes that it blows up, and then it
gets everybody
sprinkles
wet.
water.
Yeah,
it's
fun.
I have to tell you something. I'm just going to be really blunt. You're doing the radio TV thing. This little guy over here, he's really good.
I have to tell you,
if you're ever sick, he's going to be your co-host.
We joke
he's
that
good.
We joke that he's going to be our politician, and I'll tell you why. Not because it's necessarily his political views, but he is he doesn't meet a stranger. So he last year during the 4th of July parade at LaPorte, my sister's a real estate broker, so we walked with her team passing out candy and stuff.
Yeah, fun
and
time. Love that parade.
The kids loved that. And
50,000
but I
people.
kept finding that Dano, come on, let's go. He's stopping, and as he's handing candy out, he says, "But these people are so nice." He's talking, he's making conversation, and I keep going. I know we got to move it. Everybody's leaving us.
And by the way, here's my auntie's card.
That's it. Here's the auntie's card. Please call her.
Please, if you need some real estate needs.
It was funny. It was very cute, and I said, "Oh man, we've got a politician on our hands." So
are you going to be doing the 4th of July parade in LaPorte this year?
I'm not sure if they're doing it. We'll be there. We go every year, so I'm not sure.
I love it.
That we'll be.
Well, I can tell you right now. I just want to throw this out there. That we every year we do something different and get creative, but we will absolutely be there among the other great parades.
Yeah.
So feel free if you want to jump in the Jeep.
That would be great.
If you and the family. How many?
But the Younger Life, there's
be?
7 of them. Oh, really? Well, with my sister's kids and stuff.
Wow.
There's 7 in their family and
there's
7
like
in ours.
70.
Yeah, I know. But for Younger Life Live,
like a litter.
don't you think we should? I know, right? Don't you think we should have Younger Life Live shirts and be jogging out there?
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. No kidding.
We'll talk to our production crew.
So what else? Tell us about the college.
Okay. So by the way, you're awesome. You're my new hero.
Thanks.
You guys are so cute. You can hang.
You can go ahead and go play.
Feel free to come in and out. Do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm like,
Look at him. He's like, I'm out of here.
I'm gonna go play my game. I really restrict electronic time, so it's it's pretty big treat to just go here's your game. You can play it if you'd like.
He is so cute.
Thank you. Yes, he's he
takes after
he's
you
a
and
good
your
boy.
husband. He has a nice mix of you too. All right, so at Western, one of the things that we wanted to accomplish this weekend, because Devin's going into the pre-nursing or nursing program.
That is what she definitely decided on.
I'll tell you, Mary, it is not only was it tough, just from the class standpoint, but what they do for the first part of the first day is, you're with your student.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing all these seminars and sessions. As this is our first daughter going away to college.
Yeah.
Carly's already done college, but it was a little bit different. We participated, did a lot of stuff with her at the local area. But man, this is really different because it was packed to the gill with people. Norm and I are just like, wow. The campus is really drop dead gorgeous. I mean, I just love that whole area.
Right.
But it was just an experience because you're learning about everything from classroom to etiquette to financial aid to, it's the A to Z. Now, we've gone to different sessions. We did the walking tour a few times.
Yes.
We did a lot of that. So we were really familiar with the campus and I just love it. But it was just awesome. But then what happened was after that first part of the first day, at a certain point, they go, okay, it's time now for your young adults to come with us, and then they're gone.
Oh, really?
And you only see them then at the end, which was yesterday after lunch.
Yeah.
So then at that point, the parents have sessions that go on through the night.
Wow.
The kids were literally doing stuff, and I say the young
Yeah,
adults
I know
were
what you
doing
mean.
stuff until like 11 o'clock at night and then some. They stayed in the dorms.
Oh, that's perfect.
Really, it is.
It really, it's necessary. You know, it's necessary to their, you know, their not only their feelings of safetyness and stability, but to allow this to say, okay, this is really sinking in. This
Yes.
is going to be real. This is what we need to see, what we need to do, and this is going to be a good fit. You know what I mean? I think that's important that they kind of baby step you up to that. I think that's important.
When we were all checking in the early morning, so obviously they're Eastern, we're in Central Time.
Right.
Here at Younger Life Live, the area we're at right now, where our corporate headquarters are at. And so we were driving for several hours to get there.
Yeah.
That was a great experience because just bonding with our daughter. And I say this to the parents that are out there and the grandparents, you get some alone time with maybe it's one of your children.
Certainly.
Or any of your children. It's that time, and not to listen to the radio and not to let them be on their phones. Just say, we want to talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk about life. And she's great about that. But we
Yeah.
were truly talking about classes, about how to manage time,
Right.
feelings, and I really, from a parental standpoint, you know, it's tough for me as a dad because that's my baby.
Of course.
So I get choked up. I have no problem showing my
Absolutely.
emotions.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with, you know, when you're there and, you know, you're checking in and you see a line, it goes out the door of these young individuals, these young men and women with their bags, and you know that they're checking in. So they take everybody's stuff, you know, right to the dorm area.
Wow.
And then they are treated like, you know, this is
Like
it.
students.
Mommy
Yeah.
and daddy are not going to be there
Yeah.
for you guys. So we need you to go do this and we'll see you in a couple of hours. But
Wow.
when it was just in the middle of one of the sessions, they go, okay, everybody stand up, students stand up. And then they broke them into their degrees and
Yeah.
those that knew what they were going to do and those that were undecided. Because there's
Right.
a lot of people that change their majors.
Of course they do.
Massive.
And you know, that's important too, to allow yourself that flexibility and not beat yourself up over not knowing. I always tell people that I think you might have an idea, but you know, those ideas change and you have to
Yep.
think of how long you're actually in the workforce. It's okay at 18 to not know what you want to be for the
Yes.
entire rest of your life.
Agree with you.
It's okay. And things change and you might do something and realize, you know, when I'd started college, I was going for accounting. I love numbers, but you know, it really wasn't for me. I liked the classes, but then pregnant with my oldest daughter, I worked part-time in an accounting office.
Sure.
And I thought, yep, this is not my deal.
And
It
that's
just
good that
isn't.
you were doing what they would call work study or an
It is,
internship
right.
or shadowing.
That's
Do
it.
that because that's what we all say
Well,
to our children.
That's
and
it.
they
It's,
said that
it's
to
how
me.
you know it's very different than a classroom
Yes.
setting. And so to learn that and see, you know, this just isn't really me. And
It's funny you
I
bring
think
that
it's
up.
important
Yeah,
for people to know that
Agree.
and not to beat themselves up. It's cute. My oldest daughter is going into her junior year in high school. And she keeps saying, I was not ready for sophomore year to end because now I feel like I have to start making decisions and I really am not sure. And I said, it's okay. Don't let that stress and strain really
Agree.
pull you down because it's harder to think under those conditions and it's harder to know what you truly feel when you feel that pressure. So
Well, and I'm going to throw this out there to you. You're a great parent, you and Jeremy, and you've got a great support team in your family and your, you know, extended family. Is to allow them and tell them exactly what you just said, because that's what has worked for me. Maybe it doesn't work for everybody, but speaking to your children, speaking to your grandchildren, letting them, well, tell me, well, I don't know. Tell me what's going through your mind.
Yeah, that's it.
You're not right. You're not wrong.
That's it.
I just want to know because I'm here to help. And by the way, what I'm about to tell you may not be what you want to do. And I'm not going to judge you or I'm not
That's
going
it.
to get all over you because of what decision you made or what you're about to tell me.
Yeah.
It really revolves around life in general.
that's it. And a lot of it is trial and error. We
It
all
sure
know
is.
that.
It
You
sure
know,
is.
we
I
all know that
agree.
in our own experiences, pretty much of everything. You learn, and then you might say, okay, now I'll do it again and do it better. It's just the
Yes.
way it goes. So I think that that's okay to not know. But I mean, it's really commendable that Devin does really feel like
For now.
right. And you know, I
For
know,
now.
but I know she too is so good with food and stuff. She may end up getting into a portion of the nursing where she decides the nutrition aspect is much more her deal and still be in the healthcare field.
You're so
and
right.
Nutritious because she's just so good at that
Yep.
stuff. And you know, so she's so inspired to try new things and be adventurous
The
when it comes
culinary
to
side of my child.
Absolutely, but all in healthy aspects is what I'm saying. In
Absolutely.
the health realm, still there's so many options. You know, so.
You know, you brought up something which I kind of would love to just kind of expand on and take a sidetrack. You know, when I was in my younger years, I always I had done kid commercials. I have done a lot of stuff. Was always singing. Was always doing stuff in the entertainment arts thing. When I got into high school, from freshman year, literally, I was DJing events.
Wow.
So that's where I
so
started
neat.
saving my money for college.
Yeah.
But then knowing what I wanted to do, I kind of expanded that role, formed my own company while I was still in high school, DJ, did commercials, did all kinds of stuff. And then when I was in my senior year of high school, I actually went to a college in Chicago to try out the radio side of things because that was my next step. I really wanted to do it. And when you said try these different things, I literally knew the first day when I got there, and I'm like, I was surrounded by stuff like this. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so me. I can really do this.
That's so neat. Yeah.
That's what I say to the young people.
It gives you that, that feeling of, yes, this is me or
It's
isn't.
like say yes to the dress, say yes to the radio. But
it's
yourself,
true.
you did the accounting thing. You love numbers. You still do right now.
I still
but
like that
you
stuff.
tried
Just
it and
wasn't.
you said it wasn't for me.
It just wasn't me.
Right.
It wasn't me, and I think it's important. So, I mean, the college things, Devin and all of the kids that are just graduating, or even the adults deciding to go back to school, it's such an exciting time. It's like you've got this open canvas, and it's time to start, putting some paint on there and see where it takes you. I think it's exciting and really, really cool. So I'm glad you guys had a good time.
Yeah.
I'm glad she had a good time.
Wonderful.
Did she leave feeling just so excited to go back?
I gotta be honest, all of us did, because
Good.
I felt, you're kind of on the edge. You're kind of very nervous.
Yeah.
Is she going to be okay? Will she be able to? So we were able to bond as a family. And I'm just being blunt, because a lot of us that go through this, I want her to be safe, secure, know that we're always there. You want to
Absolutely.
Facebook, you want to talk, you want to text. I'm there. You need me to come up there. It doesn't matter what time of the day or night it is. I'm in my car and I'm
make it
driving.
work.
I don't care if it's 3 hours or 4 hours. But I will tell you, the one thing that I thought was absolutely wonderful, doing this college presentation and going out there for orientation, at the very last day, like the third to the last thing before they kind of bond with you on your final thoughts and, one more round of financial stuff. And here's what, hey, get ready. Your invoice is coming in 4 weeks. It's like, already?
That's the stress part we don't want. Yeah.
It is. They did this theatrical production in the theater, packed to the gill, of Life at the College, done by the college students.
Really?
And it was an hour. And I'm telling you, the singing, the dancing, and the whole storyline had everything to do with being afraid by going away, being that person that may not fit in, trying to get into the whole thing, getting in fights with roommates, the sexual side of it, the drinking and partying side of it, those that make it, those that fail, death, kids that just go over the edge, abstinence, active, you know what I'm saying?
That's
you know
nice.
What I'm saying?
Wow, they
Very
covered a lot.
And we're so open with our daughter.
Yeah.
I think and this is what I noticed. I wanted to throw this out there, especially on Younger Life. There were parents that were your age, and I say that with the utmost respect because you're obviously a lot younger than I. But then there were parents in our age group, which I feel was the average.
Yeah.
But man, was there the age group where way above Norm and I.
Well, I think that's going to be us when it's time for my youngest. I remember when my oldest started kindergarten.
But you'll have a lot of experience.
I know. I'll say, I could run one of these sessions by then.
Don't you go there. Who's your youngest?
Yeah, my youngest is Emmerich.
Emmerich, don't you go there.
Yeah, it's just funny. When my oldest went to kindergarten, we were by far some of the youngest parents in there. And I remember thinking, wow, that seems weird. And then, we weren't the youngest, but we seemed.
You felt good.
To be, well, no, it just seemed strange. It almost seemed, I almost couldn't wait until we were more than the average category. And, we didn't start that early, but it sure felt like it when we were at kindergarten.
Yes.
And then now we go, and it's funny, I see kids that I knew in school.
Isn't that weird?
That were younger than me, especially when we started kindergarten here with my 6-year-old. I would think, oh man, I remember she's a lot younger than me. I remember her in school. You know what I mean? Just
yes,
it's funny and it is interesting, and it's interesting as parents as we grow and evolve too. You know, I feel like I remember that feeling with the first, and with every single one of them, it's different. But, you know, you just remember getting more comfortable and you know, getting in the phase now where I say, oh yeah, you know, their homework doesn't intimidate me, even if it's because they're constantly changing curriculum. Of course they have to, but it's always interesting, I feel like, to talk to the other parents and kind of be in there, you know. So I
Jeremy,
imagine,
like Norm and I, like a lot of us out there that have children and grandchildren, some of us, you don't want to be that person, especially if you're not in that age group, where you're sitting, and I'm going to use your son as the example. You're sitting there watching them play a baseball game or a t-ball game. They go, "Oh my gosh, is that your grandpa?"
we joke that could, you know, we joke all the time that that's going to be us, but you know, it won't. It'll be fine. And you know, so what, even if it is,
I just gotta, hey, you two, don't be knocking us older parents. I'm still grooving. We're not knocking.
Hey, and we
is
love
a number.
it. Age is a number. You know what? It's all about how you feel. And I've joked from the very beginning with my first and all the way down. There are days I still feel 18, and there's days I feel 118.
Oh, yeah.
It just depends. And so, you know, it really is how you feel and how you look at it. I don't care.
This is how good it was on the way back from driving from the college. Now, you're talking a several-hour trip coming back. We stopped off at the two-tiered corporate center. So we stopped off in St. Joe, Michigan. Then we stopped off in Michigan City, Indiana, and then on our way through Chicago and then home. What was supposed to be about a 3-hour trip turned out to be 5.5.
But
so about an hour into it, this is what Norma said, you know, I'm getting kind of tired here. And at the same time, after we had a nice hour discussion with Devin, she's now relaxing and she's putting her head down. So those two slept all the way home. And this is me going, you know,
I know.
I'm slapping
Oh, that's a
myself
terrible
going,
feeling.
"Oh."
That is a terrible feeling too, when you're really trying to stay awake and everybody else is asleep. And I always feel bad. That's the perk.
I should have gave you guys
to
a
the
buzz.
husband. That's the perk to the husband driving home. I'll tell you.
Wait.
But that does stink for you. That really does. It
That
does.
stinks, but this is
But it's nice for the rest of us to get to sleep in the
Listen,
car.
I'm all about taking care of my wife and my daughter.
I know,
because
see,
everybody
yep.
was happy.
Yeah.
And then last night when we got home, we decided that we were just going to go out we all wanted to go out together as a family because we hadn't seen Carly in a few days, although we were bonding. So Carly goes, are we all going to go out? So we walked to a local eatery.
Oh, how nice.
By our home. And then we went for a wonderful walk, us four. And I'm not kidding you, for well over an hour after we were done.
How nice.
I said, let's walk off our dinner.
Yeah.
And
feels so good.
It was great. It was beautiful out.
Yeah,
You know,
it was. It was
all over
absolutely
the area.
gorgeous. And then once the rain started, man, did it really.
It was a mother.
But you know, when it is going to rain like that, it's perfect to do it overnight. That's perfect.
Yes.
You know, it rained in the evening. It was my nephew's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Carter. Yeah.
Whose birthday?
Carter.
Hi,
turned
Carter.
9.
Cute
yeah.
name.
So he turned 9, and so we were there, and it rained a little bit, and then it quit, and then the kids wanted to go back outside, and I said, well, you're going to be wet, but who cares? I mean, really, we're going home for baths and stuff.
Right.
It's bedtime. It doesn't matter. They played and played and played, you know, outside when it wasn't hot, it wasn't cold. It was just a beautiful temperature, beautiful evening, and, you know, until about 8:30, and I finally said, it's time to go home. It's past bedtime for the
By
littlest
the way,
ones.
hey guys, time for baths. No, Mom.
Oh, yeah, they really didn't. They were ready. They were dirty, and their clothes were wet from just being out. They were ready. So it was nice. But we definitely missed you while you were off. Lots of fun things always about Younger Life, you know. We talked to Mr. Eldridge and Shay Eiler yesterday about her little boy, Xavier. He's the one that had all these health complications. And you were the one that had first talked to Jim, and Jim had told you about the young man. And it was really inspirational to watch him and hear the story. And everybody loves an uplifting story. And I think we're all about positive as much as we can here. And it was a very, very nice, they did great. And,
Did you break any boards in here? Did you do any
No, we just showed a
martial
little
arts?
clip. We actually just showed I had a couple 4-minute clips of him and Mr. Eldridge together, but we ended up only showing one because we talked for so long. And it was
Good.
nice. It was fine.
It's great.
And, you know, Xavier's very withdrawn a little. He doesn't talk and stuff very often around other people he's not comfortable with. But by the time, so he was very quiet. Didn't want to answer any questions, which was fine. We actually didn't expect him to.
Sure.
But after the show was over, then he got to be a little silly and he was laughing and talking a little, and it was cute and very, very nice.
Well,
So-
you know, let's be honest here. Whether you're, you know, radio, TV feeds, and you got 5 cameras in your face with lights and people, you know, sometimes that's a little bit
Well,
like you
and
said.
for
It's a
kids,
little
it can be
tough.
intimidating
Yeah.
anyway, but especially
Right.
when you know they have some issues with,
Absolutely.
you know, coming out of that anyway. So it was nice. I was really glad they made it. And Of course, they wished you were here too, but they got to meet Mike Sanders, and it was
Mike's great.
I know, it was great. It all went very well and very smooth. So
Was he well behaved? Was Sanders
of course
good?
he was. He was good. It went very nice.
I
And
just want to make sure.
today it's exciting. We are going to we were going to attempt a live Skype thing today, but after the couple of hiccups, I was nervous about it. Yeah, we probably let's just wait. So we're going to do a pre-recorded piece on the road today.
Oh, nice.
I know you aren't able to join us, which is a bummer, but we've been talking about the mommy meetup.
That is
That the
going to be
hospital
great. Yes.
is
Let's Laporte Hospital, of course.
Laporte Hospital is partnering with some great partners, and it's going to be at the State Street Community Church on June 21st. So we're going there today to kind of talk to Pastor Nate Laux, who is the pastor there.
Our Pastor
And-
Nate?
Yep.
He's so
and
much fun.
He is fun.
I love
and so
him.
we're going to speak with him, and Maddie from Laporte Hospital is going to kind of heads up the event, and they're going to give us more information. And so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be today, and that will air next week one day.
Beautiful.
We already have that set up, so that'll be good, and I'm looking forward to that. And we were talking about the zoo stuff. There's so many different
I
things we
cannot
have
wait
going
some
on.
of these
and
things that we have set up for upcoming weeks.
I know it. We do. We have a lot going on. A lot's always in the works. It's just a matter of getting everybody's schedules on board. Is always the fun part of it. But
And again, if you're an intern or a
So
wannabe
it's
radio
nice.
TV kid, we'd love to have you. I want to throw this out there because during the week of the LaPorte County Fair in Northwest Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
of course, you will be out at the fair every day.
every evening there's
Mm-hmm.
an interview with the doctor that's going to take place, and will air the next morning. So it should be really interesting. I know Rick's actually in California that week.
I'm in Laguna, but let me tell you what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say this live on radio
Please.
and TV right now. We have already set up, my daughters have set up backpacking trips and all kinds of stuff
Yes.
we're going to do as a family. I want to Skype in
Yeah.
from Laguna, Newport, California. We're going to be in San Fran, we're San Diego. We're doing all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff again this time.
Yeah,
and
it's
I mean, we
fun.
were now this time, these kids are all about this stuff, my
Yeah.
young adults.
Yeah.
So I just want to let you know.
I think that
I
would
would
be
love
great.
to bond with you, and I'm not kidding you.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we should at least twice that week just to find out.
Put your dad's head under the water.
That would be funny. Race him up the hill. Let's watch him. I think it'll be fun.
Wouldn't that be wild if I died on camera?
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, that'd
Don't
be
say such a
awesome.
thing. That's a horrible thing to say. That would not be
I always
awesome.
say that the way I'm going to die is on the radio or TV. I'd be like, hey, what? Would you come to my funeral?
Of course, that's
Would you
terrible.
say some
Hey,
kind
we're
words about
positive
me?
and uplifting. Let's not talk about sad and
Yes,
no
it
doom and
is.
gloom.
Hey, we're all going to die, right?
We are, but let's hope not on vacation
JK,
and not on air.
I got to throw this out there. JK, great show with Mr. Eldridge. Mr. Eldridge is a fabulous man who is trying to help parents raise great adults, great values. Love him to pieces.
He really is a
a very
great
nice
guy,
text
and
message. Thank you.
I love what motivates him is the discipline and respect of martial arts in general, and his family He's all family oriented,
Mm-hmm.
so his goals for keeping families tighter are really I love that. I think that's
Hey,
really.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
On my California trip, because my kids told me this doesn't count, but I'm going to ask you, my co-host.
Okay.
Because you're fair, and you're going to give me
I
you're
am
going to give me an
fair.
honest answer.
Okay.
Go for Rick Federighi's answer. I said to my daughters
Okay.
that zip lining is considered an exercise. They're like, Dad, it is not.
It is. Why you're engaging your core and your arms.
Okay.
I mean, I know you're not holding your legs up. I mean, I know you're seated, but
Mm-hmm.
you still, the way you are, you're still tensing those muscles. It is in a sense. Now,
Okay.
it'd be different if you were on one of those, I don't even know what they're called, but like a ski lift kind of
Oh,
thing, where
yeah.
you're just more relaxed. You're not doing any work, but you are literally engaging your muscles when you are ziplining. Not to mention because the little bit of adrenaline, you're nervous, so you're hanging on, and you're engaging.
My sister Lisa did the zip line in Catalina
Oh,
with her
beautiful.
husband. They went with a bunch of couples, and she sent it over to me, and she goes, you need to do this.
Yeah.
So, I want to go to Catalina for a day, but you have to be, when you only have a week on a
I know.
vacation,
You
we're
can't
trying
cram
to see
every
family,
minute.
we're trying
You
to
want
do
to
stuff.
enjoy it.
Right.
You absolutely want to enjoy it. Well, it's exciting, but it is because you're engaging. And,
Can I ask you
it's
this?
nice.
If we
Please.
were able to set up a Younger Life Live week in California with your 7 and my 4,
Please, anytime,
with a
let's
couple
do
of
it.
producers to bring along,
Wouldn't that be
with-
amazing?
and the executive crew, by the way, at Younger Life.
Wink,
Would you
wink.
go?
Did you see my terrible wink? Yeah, come on. Oh, of course, that would be a
When I-
blast. We would skip any sports we needed to for that.
When I was a younger kid, I used to have to, go like this to wink. Now as I'm a little bit older, it's a little bit easier.
I think it's really cute to watch the kids try to wink as they're learning to wink, because you're right, they're more like, like there's something stuck in their eye versus a real wink.
I'm agreeing. Well, it's Rick Federighi, Mary Anthony, Younger Life radio TV feed here, of course, and we're with you each and every weekday. So we have to thank you guys.
And you know what? It is so much fun. I was saving this little, I get emailed from a couple different like health sources that sometimes are just fun little articles. This one's funny, and I saved it because I thought it would be really funny to go over.
Let's hear it.
It's 7 weight loss lessons Americans should borrow from the French. Now, I found this to be funny because, you always, I don't know, they always say French people don't get fat. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So anyways, there's these little 7 tips that they do that we don't, apparently, or that they do that we should do more of. Cook from scratch is number 1, which we hear about every time we talk to nutritionists.
So cook from scratch is going to help us, or is it going to hurt us?
Help us. These are things that they do that we need to do more of.
The French.
People in Paris eat more home-cooked meals than people in New York, which to me is that makes sense. It says, growing up in France, this French-born woman was saying that we learned recipes from our mothers, so it was more traditional in that sense, and that they never really relied on restaurants or processed foods that you just buy from the grocery store. So that's a habit, cooking from scratch, which we've heard every time we've talked to a nutritionist or a chef. The more you cook from scratch, the better quality the food.
Agreed.
And you end up enjoying the food more, which is important. Eat more fruits and vegetables, which we all know.
We all love, and we know
French cuisine is about more than wine and cheese, it says, and breads. It says, according to research done in 2015, the French actually eat more fruits and vegetables than Americans do. The French family dinner plate puts a greater emphasis on the fresh produce, which is genius and kind of common sense, but yet we still don't do it. It kills me. I'm just as bad. We know what needs to be done. We know we need to adopt some of these, just healthy behaviors, yet we find ourselves still not doing it. So it does say produce is so important to the French that their My Plate staircase is they have fruits, vegetables, and legumes are second only to water in their.
Wait, would you say that?
Fruits, they're like My Plate, like the FDA puts out the recommendations.
Yeah.
Their fruits, vegetables, and legumes, similar to that, are second as far as importance only to water.
Okay.
So they're that high on their pyramid step.
Okay.
Slim down portion sizes, which I know you've been trying to adopt that habit for a long time. The French are not big on supersizing anything. They say
I got to tell you, that's what's killing America.
Yeah.
Everything and I can tell you that firsthand through the last, let's say from 1980 and on, just because I remember when supersizing started to be the big thing, people were like, I'm getting more for my money. Then people started to just scarf and become humongous.
Because they think they paid for it.
Right.
And not only that, then it leads to so many health issues that sends you craving for more food. And I mean, it really is a cycle that's unfortunate. But
can I tell you too, when people say you could supersize it and or it's all you can eat, like in other words, all you can eat in moderation is okay. But if you're all I can eat and all you're eating is,
all you can
French
eat,
fries and garbage food, that's not good for you.
Garbage in, garbage out is what I tell
Dessert.
the kids. Now,
Oh,
of course
yeah.
we do. Of course we do that sometimes.
We all do.
But again, it cannot be a consistent habit. So instead of supersizing any meal, it says opt for lighter meals, smaller portions. So they actually found, there was some research done again, and it said in U.S. meals on average are 25% larger than a Parisian meal.
Agree.
A Parisian version of the same meal. Yikes.
Yes.
That's a big deal. I mean, that's a huge difference.
But think about us as Americans, just think about in general, when we get portions, they always say to a lot of us, and I have learned this in the last 10 years, that they always say when you get your portion, you should immediately, when you get it, if you're out at a restaurant, cut it in half.
I hear the same.
And box it, which we've chatted about before.
Yeah.
Does that always work? But then you also should stay away from the breads,
Yeah.
the butters, the dipping of the stuff, the chips. That's what will kill you.
You don't even realize it. It's all those things
starve
add
them.
up, Another one, it says savor your meals. So we've heard this before. Smaller or eating smaller portion sizes doesn't mean that you actually need to cut out how much you actually enjoy the foods.
Right.
9 out of 10 French people say that they greatly enjoy eating, while actually only 39% of Americans say the same. So the French typically will sit down to enjoy their meals. Sitting down and sharing meals with others is what Parisians really are known for and like to do. People leave work for lunch. They drink their coffees in cafes and rarely, if ever, eat on the go, which is, I think, we're always cramming everything in. Can
I throw this out there?
Yeah.
Just we can both say this because I'm not speaking for you. I'll speak for me, but just think about us. There are so many times, whether it's sports, activities, family life in general, that is such a great piece of information.
It is.
It's so valuable because a lot of us, there are times where, and I stopped doing this over the last couple of years, where I refuse to eat in the car because I feel from a man's perspective, it goes right to my gut and I don't want to become huge.
It's so true. And, research in the Journal of Health Psychology showed that eating while even walking inhibits the brain's ability to gauge your food intake, thereby leads to overeating later on because your body might be satisfied, but your brain's not telling your body it's satisfied. And so by not just sitting and enjoying the act of eating the food, that helps to tell your body, oh, we're eating, even if it's less. So it's important. Think outside the gym. I liked this. The French aren't overly concerned with working out, but instead they focus on activity. There is a difference. Working out in a typical gym setting and stuff is what a lot of us say. That's why New Year's resolutions, I'm going to get to the gym. And then when they don't or they can't, it's, that you feel like you've thrown it out the window. But it doesn't have to be the gym. It doesn't have to be that standard form of exercise. Just the physical activity alone. To perform physical activities that you're passionate about will keep you at it and keep your muscles moving and your body engaged.
Okay, so can we throw out just a little plug for Younger Life Live couch exercises?
Oh, sure.
This is a great tie-in.
Absolutely. I don't think we have one up here right now.
You know what?
We've handed so many of those out.
Hold on. Don't you go away. You keep talking. What's up?
So, yeah, that was a really good point. Okay, here we come. As far as do something that you like. Do something that you like. And you know what? This, again, we've made a ton of fun of initially. But to actually do these, especially if you are sitting or you're resting or you are in your chair at work, put this up at your desk if you're at a desk and do a couple of these things. You're going to find your body's engaging and it's going to get you craving for more.
It says repeat, Mary, 3 times, up to 2-minute rest between sets, 20 half squats, 10 sofa dips. That's hard. Dips are hard.
Dips are hard.
20 climbers, 10 side-by-side or side-to-side sofa walks, 10 leg raises, 10 raised leg circles. You do this every day while you're watching TV. If you're watching it, you're going to definitely see something going on.
Well, at least, if nothing else, I feel like it's true that working out in general, getting fit is addicting. And so you do this a few times, it's going to lead you to crave a little more physical exercise, maybe outside of work or outside when you're actually going somewhere else. So the next tip is drink red wine, which I've heard, we've discussed, yes. But it says...
How much?
It actually says there's bottles? A sweet spot. No, not bottles. It says the average French citizen drinks more than 1 glass of alcohol per week, but fewer than 2 to 3 per day. So this may be the sweet spot when it comes to weight loss as well as health. One study that was published in the Archives of Internal Medicine, women who drank a light to moderate amount of alcohol per week gained less weight and had a lower risk of becoming overweight during a 12-year follow-up compared to the people that didn't drink at all or drank too much. Obviously leads to.
Is there a side spin to that? Is there any stats on liver alcoholism?
Well, I think in that low of moderation, it's beneficial. But when you tip the scale to the other side and you go too severe, then you're putting your body at risk for a whole huge list of diseases and conditions that your body then and becoming overweight or an alcoholic or is actually definitely on the list. Right. But so that 1 to 3 drinks is really the sweet spot.
Is that per day?
No. That's per week.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Of red wine. The French apparently, apparently the French
Liars.
too. So actually, and we discussed this before during Heart Health Month, the red wine actually seems to be beneficial for the heart and the circulatory system. And there's even been some studies that have suggested that this moderation of red wine can actually kind of give you a protective benefits against type 2 diabetes, which is strange.
Wow, that's a great piece of information.
So again, too much though is bad of anything, but especially drinking. It can lead to just so many cancers and stuff are linked to an overuse of alcohol. So.
Well, they really did some very good studies on this, like study.
Especially the red wine. You know, there's been so
wow.
much. There's been so much, red wine, also the resveratrol in there, which is what's supposed to be really good for you, actually shows too to increase metabolic rate, your metabolism. But again, only if it's kind of in that little sweet spot that they talk about. So definitely don't overdo it. Moderate drinking, again, is defined as up to 1 drink per day for women and up to 2 drinks per day for men. Now, a drink does not mean a whole glass.
Well, wait, and why is there?
I just think size-wise, these are averages. This is actually on
I was
the
going to say there's a lot
National
more
Institute.
fatter, and I'm just going to say the word. There's a lot of bigger men.
Well, I think that's why I think that's why, as far as alcohol content goes, that up to two would be more acceptable. And actually, that moderate drinking is defined by the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. So it wasn't just a stat that was listed in the.
I've got so many great one-liners I could say here. Where you and I would love to be in a study, and I'll get you out so you don't get yelled at in the post-production meeting. I'll do anything you want on this subject.
I think it's great, and we hear often that this is there are health benefits, but apparently even in the Parisian versus American study, that's pretty interesting. So the last little thing that Americans need to adopt more that they do is eat often. The traditional French daily routine contains 3 meals and an afternoon snack. The average American skips breakfast, has a couple of huge meals per day, and often goes hours between eating, which is very, very true. I can admit, on my own, I can say.
I'm with you
just
on that.
Always in a
100%.
hurry. It's too easy to do that. Obviously, while your total daily caloric intake is, the main factor when it comes to weight loss or weight gain, research has proven that eating these small, frequent meals can be beneficial for muscle mass and weight loss.
I agree
and to
with
keep that metabolic rate at a constant level versus the highs and lows and the dips in between.
Can I tell you, I also feel a lot better. I've noticed over the last X years where I'm trying. Sometimes it's very hard, but there are times where I can tell you firsthand, a lot of us blow off breakfast. Although I will try to do an oatmeal. I will try to do something to just put in my body. But because my hours are so crazy, but there are times when you're looking at your meal proportions to your meals. But when I eat my smaller meals, I just feel better. I'd rather
you do. There's lots of documented reasons.
A yogurt or a piece of fruit.
There's documented reasons. Eating small, regular meals as opposed to large, infrequent ones actually helps prevent blood sugar spikes and dips. That is linked to fat storage and excessive calorie consumption. And so your body is going to feel more satisfied longer, and you're not going to be having that bloated, full, or starving feel. And I know myself, I noticed these things. I try to talk myself through it. If I do skip meals or I'm starving, I will eat the worst things and eat the most of them because I feel so hungry for that minute, But I try to tell myself logically, if you eat a little bit, wait a little more, eat a little bit more, you'll feel better overall, and it's so much better.
I have done this where all of us know if you go to the store hungry, you're going to buy everything.
Oh, certainly.
That's number one. But side 2 is you eat something that maybe is questionable and you're super hungry. You're going to scarf it and you don't care, or you're like, So sometimes I tell myself, stay away from it, because if you put that near your lips, you're going to want it all.
Well, it does. It just sends your cravings all over the place.
Agreed.
And you're certainly not going to go for it. So I thought that was a really cute one, just funny, a fun one, not necessarily a super heavy or serious one, but fun. Some things we might want to adopt. Smaller meals. Drink your red wine. Your red wine.
Red wine, Wiki.
Red wine, please. Your red wine.
Well, I hope you and the family have a blessed weekend.
Thank you.
We're going to have a great weekend as well. And for everybody out there, get out there and, move around.
There are so many things to get out and do this weekend. Stuff. Get out and do them, and just walk around and observe the other people having fun. That one study that we read about laughing being contagious, it just uplifts your own spirits to see other people having fun. So do that if nothing else.
And by the way, make love, not war. Okay, on that note, I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan City.